What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here at About Trout, I do fly fishing how-tos, gear reviews, fly tying stuff, and a lot of instructional fly fishing content. Trying to kick out as many videos as possible before the season pops off. And today we're going to tie a humongous bugger. This was a variation showed to me by my friend Dave Smith. I couldn't find... I found a shred of material on the floor, so I was crawling around on all floors like Chenille from Lord of the Rings, but I did find what's required. This fly is only going to use 2 materials. It's super easy. It's one of my favorite streamers on my home river that I guide, the San Juan, and it's just an all-around awesome streamer pattern for lakes, for rivers, for whatever. So let's just jump right into it, and I hope you guys dig this tutorial. Alright, so here's the finished fly in the vise. What? Daddy got himself a master vise. I will review this. It's life-changing. But let's take this out and get this party started. So, in the vise, I have a Fullingmill heavyweight champ size 10 with a 3.3 or 1/8 slotted, or 3.3 or 1/8 slotted tungsten bead. There you go, right there. Heavyweight champ. It doesn't have to be tungsten. It doesn't have to be slotted. I just don't have any countersunk beads at the moment. I'm gonna tie this using Semper Nano silk in 6/0. There you go. Boom. And then we're just gonna hop in right behind the bead. This is a super easy tie. So just gonna build a thread dam right behind the bead. That's good enough. And I'm gonna wrap back to about where the barb should be. And like I said, this fly is only 2 materials. You can do this, especially if you're a new tyer, or you just like quick guide flies. This has become a staple in my box. So we're gonna get some black Marabou, and I'm gonna want these fibers to be about twice the shank length when you tie this kind of humongous style. So I'm just gonna tease those out, and I want like a hook gap and a half. You can eyeball it, it doesn't have to be perfect. So there we go. I just pulled it right off, and then I'm just gonna split the tips or break the tips to even all those up. All right, 1 shank length, 2 shank lengths. We're rocking and rolling. So I'm just gonna secure that down. Just like I said, this doesn't have to be pretty because we're going to cover all this up with material number 2. Also, I kind of want to just jam this behind the bead. That is fine. So I'm going to come in here, and with this nano silk, it's awesome because you can just crank down on this material. So I'm going to wrap this back. And then with this fly, you want to come down a little bit down the bend, just a hair. It's not going to look great, but what that's going to do is hopefully, because the tail is so long, keep that thing from fouling. Now we're going to use some UV polar chenille. This is the standard size. I couldn't find my medium, and then just crawling around on the floor, look what I got. So you don't want to use the standard size. I'm going to reiterate, you want to use medium UV polar chenille. And as always, your boy is going to have that recipe in the description, which is an abbreviation for description. All right, boom, right behind here. You see how complicated this is? This is some master levels of, I'm really flexing my fly tying muscles. All right, boom, right behind the bead. I would use the rotary feature, but I have my camera in front of me here, and then we're just gonna palmer this forward. Touching wraps, and then just stroke back the mylar, whatever this material is. Just pushing it back and palmering it forward. Pushing it back, palmer forward. You guessed it, palmering forward while pushing the fibers back. And then when this gets wet and you fish it, they'll lay back a lot better. There's a little gap in here. I'll wrench down on that. It's amazing what you can find on your floor. So that looks good enough for me. I'm gonna cinch down on that. Just gonna do a little trap right behind the bead there. pull that down so it's seated. Just trying to hide that thread. I'm gonna come up here, get my trim on. And then we're gonna use our friend Mr. Loctite right here. We're gonna hit that thread. It says I've tied this. It's been 4 minutes and 20 seconds of me yapping. You can blast these out in about 2 minutes. And you will come to love the simplicity, the elegance. All right, so now that that's in there, ooh, I had a little super glue on my fingers, but that's not gonna affect the performance. So I got some super glue sunk down in there, and then just as an added layer of protection, I'll just do a quick little 3-turn whip finish, seat that, and then cut it. Wow, you guys are amazing. Pat yourself on the back. Love it, fish it. Let me know if this works for you down in the comments below, but this is absolutely one of my favorite streamers. Super, super, super quick tie, and fish can't get enough of it. And it's gonna save you all those extra steps of palmering, grizzly hackle, and counter wrapping it. Ain't nobody got time for that. So thank you so much, everybody, for checking out this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. One love.